This week saw Indie World, which is an event that sort of promotes up-and-coming indie games. Loads of people were expecting some Silksong news, but absolutely nothing. We still do not have a confirmed release date for this game. 5 years ago that trailer dropped. Hollow Knight came out in 2017 from Team Cherry and is released on all platforms including Switch, PlayStation 4. You're looking at the Steam version. It's one of the few games I own more than twice. I think the Switch version is my most progressed port of the game, but I've also put a lot of time into the PlayStation 4 and 5 version, which look great, and this is stunning also over on the PC. It's an almost Souls-like roguelike Metroidvania, pointing to the map exploration and the sort of semi-bonfire system and some die-hard difficulty with permadeath, putting you back unless you've sat at a restart point. Why are there droves of fans in complete distress about the sequel being delayed or not even confirmed on a release date level? Hollow Knight could be the best indie game in its genre of all time. I say that with no inhibition. It's competing with stuff like, let's say, Celeste, maybe stuff like Katana Zero, The Messenger, but my point being, it's head and shoulders above just about everything in its class. And this also goes for its aesthetic, characters, design of all the levels, enemies, boss arenas, even weapons and upgrades, and that system that was put in place all those years ago still feels fresh but recognizable. It's had an influence, I think, on the industry after these 7 years. I just had to work that out on my fingers. That's ages. This game is still very popular as well, and I've got some theories on why there's been a bit of a delay. Another attractive aspect of the game is its charm. It's got this special feel to it. A lot of songs are in here, a lot of characters have quite a lot of depth. It's one of those akamis that doesn't actually have any spoken real dialogue in it. It's just made up insect language, but that does not detract. The game has got a cult following, loads of art off the back of it. These people are absolutely chomping at the bit for a sequel. I suppose there's a certain set of rules for input on platform games, and Hollow Knights are so rigid and reliable that it makes you feel like a goddamn superhero once you get your head around everything. The minute to minute, nanosecond to nanosecond reactionary speed of the gameplay is like nothing else you've experienced. I think that Ori and the Blind Forest, that's just come to me actually as the most modern game I can peg that map system against. And the Hallownest map is absolutely colossal, and it does come with quite a few environmental changes visually. It's got greens, there's loads of water at the bottom, and it's just these huge cavernous adventures that you go on without knowing if you're technically walking the wrong way into an OP situation. But that's half the fun of a roguelike, I feel. The Metroidvania aspect comes in with the abilities that are slowly drip fed to you. Don't have a double jump or a dash or even a colossal projectile weapon. This sort of stuff opens up the map. You get past harder bosses. The progression is absolutely perfectly pitched. What was that theory on the delay? Well, when you search for the most recent trailer of this video game, you get the Nintendo version of the trailer, the Switch branded little Mario in the corner. I'll show you at the end of the video. I am assuming that Nintendo made a bid to have it as an exclusive. It would not surprise me at all. Thinking about the game's dynamics on a CPU level, it's going to run perfectly on that Switch. And if they could get exclusivity, that would be a huge win for them. I imagine Team Cherry considered it and put in delays when they were looking at contracts. The money that may have been offered would have been colossal. We sort of saw the same thing with those damn Cuphead brothers. Sat on their backsides after making $12 million each, and nothing really apart from that delicious Last Cause DLC. It's quite a common thing with indie games to get massive success on their initial title and then just disappear, get snapped up by the rest of the industry, and don't see any pressure to put out a sequel. Another good example of that is Enter the Gungeon. That game is coming up to half a decade old, absolutely nothing. Disclaimer, Exit the Gungeon came out in 2019, not local co-op, I don't acknowledge it. Another twist to my hypothetical drama would be that Nintendo could swing around and say, if you don't give us exclusive access at X price, you're not going to release it on our platform, which would have started all kinds of pushing and shoving. If you've had experience with Nintendo, if you know about their Smash Brothers streaming stuff, you'll know how ruthless a company they are, and you might notice that I don't push too much Nintendo content on my channel, even though I'm local co-op and that's where a vast amount of the games are. They may even try and claim this trailer that I'm going to show you at the end. When you Google why is Silksong taking so long, it says that the developers are just running through their testing. They don't want to release until this thing's perfect. 7 years. Elden Ring was made in 4. I actually pulled that number out of thin air, just checked it. 5 years, which is still pretty damn good for a game of such colossal magnitude. But From are a AAA, they've got a massive team. 52 million is the net revenue from Hollow Knight. Employ a bigger team, Team Cherry. So on my adventures to find the trailer, there's been so much time between the release of it that the fans have just gone crazy, made their own. Some of them are absolutely amazing. I'll put the link to this guy. It's the only thing on his channel, 700 subs. This effort is really good. What modern Metroidvania game would I play? By the way, it's Metroid and not Metroidvania. Yeah, I think they're aware of that, mate. It's you that's making the mistake. It would have to be Silksong. Reviewed on the channel last year. Absolutely loved it. Stunning. Will really scratch that itch if you finished Hollow Knight or just want more adventure in that genre. I'm going to say goodbye and see you down there and all that now, because Nintendo might well pull this trailer. So thanks very much for viewing. Next video could well be Local Co-op Gears 4 review. Can you believe that? Never been on the channel, probably due.
Lutia malana. Lutia mala. Sono autismala. Ba didino yegi. Oh. てれれれれのノイ